Move over, Swanson. I'm driving.
Hey, Smales! My thingy's bigger than your whole...
Welcome back to the Caddyshack Minute. This is the podcast where we study and analyze and view and shake hands finally with the film Caddyshack 1 minute at a time. I'm Tom Taylor, and I am joined, as always, by your best friend in the world, Mike DeMaria.
But I owed it to him.
And we're also joined by his best friend in the world, but then by, the communicative properties of friendship, your best friend in the world, Dan Lewis.
Are you my pal, Danny?
Mr. Scholarship winner.
Mr. Scholarship winner?
All right. This, of course, is minute 69 that we're talking about of Caddyshack. Keep
Solid
your infantile
gold.
jokes to yourself. This is solid gold. As last minute was solid gold, this minute is solid gold. This minute starts with the greatest line in cinema history. And it ends
the best line
with
in the whole
Danny
movie.
and Judge Smails shaking hands. This is the best line of this movie and honestly possibly of any movie. I defy anybody to name a better line than this movie.
Right. It goes
and
this
please,
and then
anybody
maybe...
who mentions anyone who mentions the line from They Live, which I love They Live, but I was never ever into that line about I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm all that was very forced and stupid.
Well, who
That's
would
not
ever
a good
say
line.
that, though? Who would ever
People say that all the time. People
Yeah,
always
people
quote
say
line.
that. I don't know if anybody says it as the best line in cinema history. I think you're living in a bit of a
but they
nerd bubble
quote it
there
as a
on that
good
one.
line. It's
Yeah. Gas.
But no,
Chew
I've sent
bubble gum
boys
and
younger than
kick
you
ass.
to the gas chamber. I didn't want to do it. Felt I
Felt I
owed it to them.
owed it to them.
That is
Well,
one of
first
those
it-
lines. It is like you say, "Oh, funny, so funny, I forgot to laugh." It is so funny that I actually don't laugh at it because it's just sublime.
You just want to
it's
enjoy
also-
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, you got to judge using the term gas chamber.
right.
when in the states that we do execute people, we don't send them to the gas chamber.
No.
Probably
we don't-
not.
Probably
and
stopped
we-
before 1980, too.
Yeah, and we don't send boys younger than Danny to the gas chambers. They usually just go to juvie for a couple of years.
Well, see, I think
Right.
you're getting at a couple of the levels of the funny of the joke of the line.
Yeah, there's so many levels
I'm just
to it.
saying.
Yeah.
It's such a brilliant line, and also like the difference there. Tom says, it's not forced. It's in character.
Yes.
It's exactly right. It says everything about the judge. His like his delusions of grandeur, his insensitivity, his inability to like understand anything in a nuanced
No
way.
empathy.
It's
There's
amazing.
no empathy.
Pompousness.
Lack
It's
of
the
empathy.
greatest. I've said it's like, so how did we determine how old Danny is?
Can't be much more than 19 or something.
No, well,
I figure he's out of high school.
No, he's not of college age yet. He's probably
Not
senior
even in
high
college
school.
yet.
Well, yeah, but did
He's
he
saving-
just graduate college, or has he been kind of shifting around for a year or something?
He might have been
still, so
kicking
he's
around
18.
saving up money for a couple years in that bowl,
All right.
buying Cokes, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know.
No.
But he does think, but with that line, to continue on that line, when he says, I felt I owed it to him, he feels like he's doing good by doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Those boys will thank him later somehow
Right.
from beyond the grave.
And it's like, it's not even he owed it to society, he owed it to them.
Yeah. He taught them a good lesson. Tough love.
Oh, God.
It is
It's so
great.
great.
The only other joke I can think of that it's probably not the only one, but another one that was so funny that I just didn't laugh is in The Simpsons when Homer goes to buy a gun from a store called Bloodbath and Beyond.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Oh, that's the best. They have the
I just
best
saw that and
store
it's kinda like-
names
Yeah.
in their stores. They have, like, what's the big one? Megalomart.
Right.
They've got, when she's in the mall, like, anytime they're walking through a mall, they'll get a bunch of little jokes in.
Yeah.
Well, the
You know.
best one, remember when Bart went to get his earring? And he's walking past Starbucks, and then there's the earring store or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want an earring. And the guy goes, I quote this one all the time to my kids whenever I see a Starbucks. Or we're not in a Starbucks. He goes, you better make it quick because in 15 minutes this place is becoming a Starbucks.
How about when they're going into, I don't remember what they're buying, but she's buying some housewares, and they go into Stoner's Pot Palace. The Otto is coming out and he goes, man, that is flagrant false advertising. And then there's the barbershop called Harry Shearer's.
Yeah, Harry Shearer's. Harry Shearer's.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Flanders store was Leftorium.
The Leftorium, yeah. Or the restaurant is the Gilded Truffle, which I think is just like a great over-the-top name. Yes.
I had a stroke.
Why are you talking like that? I had a stroke.
Speaking of having a stroke, can I just cut right to the weirdest part of this minute, even though the whole minute's awesome?
Yeah.
No dice, McGutcheon.
The judge is saying, he delivers another great line, another great Ted Knightism. Are you my pal? But then they cut to behind him, like looking at Danny over the judge's shoulder,
the
and
ADR.
some other guy who's in no way is he Ted Knight. He's like just some dude says, Mr. Scholarship winner.
I think it is Ted Knight. It's just in a different room at a different time.
Knight.
Paging Mr. Herman.
Paging It's totally paging Mr. Herman.
Really? Is it?
There's a phone call for you at the front desk.
Yeah, paging Judge Smales.
Well, maybe it is.
No,
but
I mean,
it's a bad cut in a lot of ways, not just with audio, but you can see his arms are clearly crossed. This is a common continuity problem, but it's heightened by the fact that there's a different sounding voice. His arms are crossed in the shot behind him, but his arms are folded in front of him in the other shot.
That's true.
The line just doesn't belong there.
No, and you feel like I get the sense that like they absolutely added it because they're like, maybe I think they were asking the same questions we are. Like, wait, why is he being pals with Danny? And is there like a plot about he just won like a scholarship or something, or he wants a scholarship?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe we need to remind people of that.
I think he just
put a line in.
I think this is the scene where he just gave him the scholarship, right?
I
Or
don't
gave
think
him
so.
the news that told him
maybe
that he was the scholarship winner.
They've got a gentleman's agreement now that he's going to get the scholarship if he flies on the straight and narrow.
But he hasn't said he's going to be his pal yet, and but he's very, very relieved when he says he is going to be his pal.
Do you know what the scene parallels?
And that suggests to me that Mike's theory is correct about him not wanting a lot of loose talk going around about his family member.
Right, and that's when he says that. Are you my friend? That means you're going to keep your mouth shut and you're going to.
Yeah.
And he's holding his breath, and then he says yes, and he goes, "Oh, good, very, very good."
I thought you were going to.
And he thinks he's doing a funny joke, like he thinks he's. It's the best. Ted Knight's the greatest. He's the greatest actor of all time. It's the best performance ever.
Do you know what scene this parallels though? When he's asked him, "Are you my friend, Danny?"
There is no parallel for the scene. It stands alone in cinema history.
No, I mean the setup, the whole asking him, "Are you going to play ball?"
Oh, which one is it then?
I guess you don't.
No. Oh. Clockwork Orange. At the end.
Wait, that's a different movie.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it parallels this. It's the same. When the minister is force feeding him, is giving him the steak, and he's like, "Do we have an understanding?"
I was cured, all right.
As clear as do I make myself clear? As clear as an unmoneyed lake.
Clear as an unmoneyed lake, sir.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Are you my friend, Danny? Are you going to play ball?
Yeah.
You're going to be like one of us?
Love.
This movie loves to reference Stanley Kubrick, even if the Kubrick movie was made at the same time as this movie, such as in the Shining reference.
They don't let temporality get in the way of them being able to reference something that hasn't quite happened yet.
No, it's a very common cinematic tool, pre-referencing.
Yeah.
They do it, yeah.
Right. Angel trumpets and devil trombones.
Devil trombones, you are invited.
What then didst thou in thine mind?
What do you want, Johnny Shivago? Heaven 17 or Heaven 7?
Heaven 17, yeah.
What do you got to play your fuzzy warbles on?
So there's no question, right, that if we just did a Google search, all of those band names are taken, right? Like somebody.
I was going to say I only know Heaven 17 is, but
Johnny Zhivago has to be.
Johnny Zhivago, but there was another one though too.
Beethoven. I think Beethoven's taken.
That's a post reference.
Somebody snagged Beethoven.
Yeah. I don't know.
Me neither.
That'd be great though. What's the statute of limitations on a name? Can you just name your rock band Beethoven? And see if have you heard of Beethoven?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, because it's public domain probably at this point.
I would think so. Can't you not copyright titles or names or something? I don't know. Like, couldn't you name your band Star Wars?
Remember that, Dan, you remember that the band The Upper Crust?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I haven't thought about them in years.
Yeah.
And they're like a band, and they dressed up in like 1970s fancy lad garb.
Ooh.
Well, not 1970s, like the...
No, I'm sorry, 1770s.
Yeah, 1770s, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
colonial era.
And all their songs
And they
were,
sang about being from the upper crust, like, because they're all from Harvard and stuff.
Yeah. You know what? Do you remember this? Was this you I was talking about, Dan, that we were going to do... We should have... Was it you? Probably that we were talking about doing a Civil War... Not Civil War, like a... a Revolutionary War punk band.
Oh, I don't remember
Was that
that
you?
one. No, but isn't that what the upper crust is, though?
No. Civil, Revolutionary War punk band. Where you got the guy with the stand up with the drum on the side.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe we did talk about that.
Maybe it wasn't you.
Sounds like you should talk about that.
No.
It sounds very similar to the upper crust, though.
Yeah, but the
Do you
songs
want me to give
would
you guys
be,
a minute and you can talk about this?
Okay,
songs would be
fine.
about like Crispus Attucks and stuff.
Oh, right, the Boston Massacre.
Yeah, but every song's a 1, 2, 3, 4.
I know the upper crust had a song called "Let Them Eat Rock."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they sounded like they were like AC/DC band. Like they just had it was like a 3-chord heavy metal band.
Yeah.
All their songs were.
Yeah, definitely kind of an AC/DC type band, and and I'm looking them up now. Their members are Lord Rockingham, Marquis de Roquet, but it's like just ROQUE.
The Marquis de Rock.
And then Lord Bendover, Lord Bendover, Count Basie, the Duke Distortion, and Jackie Kickasses.
We'll post
Jackie
the video.
Kickasses?
Jackie Kickasses.
That's hysterical. Oh my God.
Shout out to those guys.
And that's
Shout
and
out to
post,
you, Mike.
and we'll post a video. Look in the listener's hole.
Yeah.
But then we also had the idea. I know this was you, Dad. We had the idea of the Revolutionary War video game. Remember, where it's like a shooter game.
Oh.
Where you
you
have to
pack
load the musket.
You have to pack the musket. Yeah.
So if you imagine you are playing one other person, and it's a shooter game, but you're both commanding just the wall of 3,000-4,000 people, and you just got to keep hitting A, B, C, D just to load the thing.
Yeah. You have to get out the powder packet, then you have to pour it in.
Yeah, and the battle just lasts for hours.
Yeah.
And it just comes down to you and the guy one-on-one.
Yeah.
Whoever drops the powder horn loses.
Exactly. And if you slip up and hit BB instead of AB,
you're done.
You drop the powder packet, it's over.
Pellets are everywhere.
Yeah. And you got to go in sequence where you pack it down, you rip the thing off with your teeth.
You rip it off, then you pour it in, and then you tamp it down with a tamper through the muzzle.
Yeah.
And then you pour a couple of those shitty pellets in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh my God!
5 feet from
and
your
I thought of
opponent.
doing that for sketch too, Mike. That came back up because I don't know how long I've had that idea, but I realize now that you and I talked about it.
That was our inception.
But I remember thinking of doing it as a sketch where it's like a battle scene, but it's shot in that kind of John Woo style, except for it's from the 1700s, and they have to tamp it down. And it's like slow mo, and then for no reason, right after they pack the muskets, then they're just diving sideways, shooting at each other with muskets, in that slow motion
as they're diving.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's great.
That's funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
That's funny.
The Revolutionary War stuff is funny. I should that kind of stuff because The Onion did a really great issue where it was supposedly an old vintage issue of The Onion from 1790 or something.
Yeah. Is this when editor emeritus Herman Tweez-Weeble?
This might have been during the Zweeble times because this was a while ago. But I remember when they came out with it. One day I went to the little honor box there and grabbed my paper copy of The Onion back in Chicago. This was probably early 2000s. So I look at it and it's just like this old looking paper and all the S's look like F's and stuff. Whatever that is. Yeah. And it's done so perfectly. and some of the writing is so good that I'll have to link to an article, but they have one about is it too early to joke about the Boston Massacre? And it's all about how they're all sitting around a bar talking, having their mead, and like one of them cracked a joke about the Boston Massacre, and someone took umbrage to it. Like, is it too soon? Yeah, it's just so good.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'll have to remember to post that as well.
Think about it though. So you go through the history of warfare. History of warfare, going up to the Revolutionary War, where you would just line up mass amounts of people in lines, right. And they would march to the beat of a drum. They would be in open fields, and they would just get mowed down. They would just mow each other down, and it took for the American Indians to tell them, "Why don't you hide behind a fucking tree? Why don't you split up and kind of like maybe lay in the grass and sneak up and the Native Americans taught the first Americans, the revolutionaries,
colonial Americans,
about guerrilla warfare, and the redcoats were all lined up in like it's always been done. So it was like, this is how you do it. This is the honorable way to do it.
Right.
The first 6 rows get mowed down. Yeah.
But I wonder how that compares to like, we still have rules for war, even though that seems absurd, right? Like, there's all these rules, like you can't use flamethrowers. That's like a rule. It's like everybody going, all right, you guys, we're going to kill each other. We got that settled. But let's not do this thing.
Yeah.
It's too mean.
That's kind of like using chemical weapons. Then right. Yeah, if someone in battle used a flamethrower now, then they would call a special session of the UN Security Council to talk about how they're going to deal with it.
Yeah.
It goes against the rules of engagement, I guess.
It's just odd that like you could get to a point where you can agree on rules, but then not on the part about let's just not do any of this.
But they don't do anything about it.
This is a pretty trite observation, but I'm just saying. But
what do they do when it happens? When they do break the rules of war, they just, like I said, they just call an emergency session of the council, Security Council.
And what does it mean to get in trouble at that point? You're in trouble now.
Yeah, you're on notice, or they just put together
get a penalty.
You're grounded.
It's like what happens when
in the box.
You have all these rules, and then last week we dropped the mother of all bombs on some place. You know what I mean?
Right.
We just used the biggest bomb below a nuclear weapon, and isn't that against the rules?
I feel like if it's not the biggest one ever, though, not even close, then I don't know if you can call it the mother of all bombs. What do you call the other one then?
Oh, that's actually what we call it, though.
Well, but what do they call the nuclear bomb then? If that's the mother of all bombs, is this like the angry son who's gotten too large?
It's the grandpappy.
Yeah.
It's just
the bitter, crazy grandpappy of all bombs.
The crazy uncle who crashes the whole party.
Right.
Right.
Hey, everybody.
Yo.
I'm back.
I'm zany.
I'm on cocaine.
That's what makes me cool.
Yeah. I'm going to tear this place up. Well, listen.
Well,
hey,
that's it.
Did you ever do the bookends?
Yeah.
Yes. I started by pointing out that it's the greatest line in cinema history, and it ends with they shake hands.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're only like 19 minutes into this thing. I wonder if should we, maybe make up a game? What are we doing?
We could go to trivia.
Oh, that's really early for the trivia. Oh Jesus! Now the song's playing.
Sorry,
we're stuck. It's still a good song. I don't care what anybody says.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna open one of the other boxes.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
I shouldn't say box. It's like yeah. Here we go, kids.
Want to hear a joke?
Want to hear a joke? Oh, Mike, did I send you the other one of Marty Funkhauser telling the other joke?
Yeah, the one about the boy hearing the mother and father.
Yeah. I sent you two, but I got a third one I found the other day. Just randomly listened to an interview. And he does the same thing, Mike. It's right in the middle of a thought that someone is like saying some kind of long sentence.
Want to hear a joke?
And he just goes, all right, kid walks into his parents' room, and he does another joke.
Yeah.
Wait till I'm gonna send it to you.
All right, we'll post that joke too.
All right. Great joke.
All right. This card is a par 3. You know what that means?
Oh my gosh, only three questions.
Only 3 questions.
No.
That's what happens when you open the other box.
Well, we need to eat up some time. We needed a par 4 or 5.
Yeah, we needed a
Nothing
par
stopping us
5
from
with a
doing more
tough
than one
bunker
card.
shot. We needed
Okay,
a par
true.
5, but we needed the one from Tin Cup where we can't decide whether to lay up or whether to go for it. And Rene Russo was standing on the sidelines.
Okay. True or false? The actor who played Ty Webb was the first original SNL cast member to depart the show.
And
That is true.
That's got to be true.
I think that is true.
He
actually.
left so early.
That is true.
It is green.
It is green.
He was the first one.
Yes.
See, now,
Finish
wait,
Lacey's...
wait. I
Oh.
want to stop you because I keep saying it is green in every episode, and I tried to find that clip, and I can't find it.
Oh, it's in
the-
the...
it's-
Oh, you mean you can't find the clip online, you mean?
No, it's yeah, exactly. It's the first
Yeah.
time that I wasn't able to go and find the clip. So that's from Spinal Tap. As everybody, I don't know if everybody knows that it is green.
It's in
What a
the
great
it's in the end
movie.
credits, isn't it?
No, I thought it was in the movie. I don't know if it was in that.
It's in the movie, but it's they kind of do it during the end credits.
It is green.
It is
Okay.
That
Okay, go
movie's
ahead.
an absolute masterpiece.
green. It is. Finish Lacey's quote. I enjoy skiddy skiing, going to blank on acid.
Bullfights.
Bullfights all the
Stupid.
way.
That's right.
It's a stupid line too.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
It's a little forced.
Very
Who
easy
is
for us.
working for Judge Smails for the summer?
That's what's his name, the Schick.
Chuck Schick.
Chuck Schick.
He's not
Yeah,
working
exactly
for
right.
He's
him.
clerking for him.
He's clerking for. I guess it is working.
Yeah.
At the Harvard.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Copious.
Like he went to Harvard.
Right.
Like he went to St. Copius.
I feel like
Should I do
that's a
another one?
really
Should
shitty thing
should
to
I-
ask somebody. Oh, you're going to Harvard too? Like anything less would be.
What else is there?
Yeah. Typical.
Nah.
No, I'm going to Yale.
No.
Guess you don't. Go ahead.
Yes,
Come
you don't.
All
on.
right.
That's it. Do another
Well, I guess
one.
that.
Do another
should I do
one.
another one?
Shit.
Yeah, do
All
another
right.
one.
Hey, bonus.
right.
Trivia bonus. Hit the music, Jimmy.
Trivia bonus. Whoa!
All right.
More music. Oh my gosh.
All right. Stop it.
Hope I-
Cut it. Cut
I
the music.
just hope I remember to put that in. True or false? Every time I say true or false at the beginning of a question, I feel like I'm the host from Hollywood Squares.
I'm going to go false right now. I bet you I nail it.
Okay. Should I even read
Go
the
to Rip
question?
Taylor.
Yeah.
I'll take Rip Taylor to block.
Wow.
Rip.
Hello,
True or
Frisco.
false, Rip?
Uh-huh.
The movie's credits.
Rip
The
Taylor
movie's
here.
credits
Uh-huh.
actually list a greenskeeper.
Oh. Don't know. Gotta
do
say
you
I
mean
don't
it
know
said-
the answer to that one.
What
No,
do you
you
mean
already
the
gave your
credits-
answer.
Yeah, well, I already gave
You
my
already
answer.
said false.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
know then. False.
And that's the answer. It is false.
I knew it.
There's no actual greenskeeper on the
I knew
film.
it.
What color is Judge Smails' shirt on the first day he plays?
Yellow.
Oh my goodness. Thinking white. No. There's a lot of light blue in that scene. That's the color palette, but I think he has a white shirt.
I want
Mike?
to say
White.
pink.
I thought it was.
Is
Oh,
it
no,
white?
it is pink because it matches the pattern on
Yeah.
that hat.
You might
Pink,
be
yeah.
you might be right with the
This
pink.
is the first day that, like the day that he almost buys the hat.
I've been
I'm
real
gonna look.
bad with the colors questions.
The answer
only
is
got the-
pink.
I only
Yeah,
got
'cause
the
there's a
Rolls
little
Royce.
bit of-
Good job, guys.
Because there's a little bit of pink in like the crossing pattern on the hat.
Yeah.
It actually looks like the shirt that should go with that hat. Like they sell that along
Right.
with it.
Yes, I believe you commented on that back in minute whatever.
Oh, but he is wearing it because he walks in with the same hat on. So yeah, so he matched it
Yeah.
himself. Okay, go ahead. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did himself.
What accompanies the first prize trophy in the Caddy Day tournament? We talked a good
balls.
deal about this.
Golf balls,
That was the balls. Yeah, golf balls.
Yes. Golf balls.
socks
Yes.
for the and
Socks was
tees.
second, and tees
Socks
was
and
third.
tees, yeah. Fourth place is you're fired. What does Maggie bring to the pool?
Towel. Book maybe. What?
Here are the options. You want to hear the options?
A zygote.
Umbrella.
No, not yet. Not yet because they. Oh no, they did because they just came there
Yep.
after.
Yeah.
Guess it wasn't
Yeah,
that
they
great.
I guess he didn't zygote it up.
Right. Such as her fecundity that she brought. She brought a zygote with her.
From under cheese.
A blastula.
All right, come on, blast you, pestule.
Levial.
Fillets and rounds.
What is she brewing?
Levial.
Did I ever tell you the story? Because I just said fillets and rounds, and that's from drafting class.
All right.
Did I ever?
I was going to say drafting class.
Yeah, drafting class. Fillets and rounds. Fillets and rounds. Because that was the teacher. He was a grumpy priest. He was a brother.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say his name, but he was an Irish guy, and he had the big webbed nose because he was a drinkard. And he was
Tell us something we don't know.
And he was always angry at me because I didn't understand drafting, and that made him angry.
No.
Yeah,
don't teach it to me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You don't know nothing about drafting, boy.
What am I telling the story?
Get out of here.
What were we just talking
All right,
about
tell the
before
story.
this? No, but what were we talking about before this? 'Cause there's a reason.
Zygotes.
No. I said fillets and rounds. I just spit it out.
Jesus
I'm going
Christ.
crazy right now. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. Everybody laugh.
You need a burrito. Go
but
make yourself a burrito.
No, the guy hurt me in class. I forgot about
Jesus.
this. So I'm sitting there and I was going off on him one day because it was the last class of the day.
Fuck you.
Sure.
And the classes that I didn't understand anything is when I was my most belligerent. So like Spanish class, because I wouldn't do my homework, I was belligerent to the teacher. And in drafting, because I didn't understand that it's mechanical drawing and it's mathematical, and I fucking hated it. So I'd be belligerent to the brother. Mm-hmm. And I was working him over this day, and it was right before we'd go to the last bell. We go home. So I was really going into him this day. I was really leaning into him, as they said. And he would talk like a robot. He'd be like, Mr. Di Maria, you got to do this. Why don't you understand this? And I was riding him, really working him, like really laying into him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, really going the extra mile on him this day.
I hear you.
Because it was, it's the way it was that day, the style of the time.
Right.
So I was really leaning on him. So he had the compass in his hand. You know what a compass is, right, Tom?
Certainly.
Yeah.
A drawing compass.
With a little
you know what I mean?
needle and sort of draw a circle.
You hit the nail right on the head with the needle.
Uh-huh.
And he started pushing back on me.
You went towards
pushing
you.
back, the teacher pushing back on the kid.
Sure.
And he said
That's
to me,
healthy.
he goes, you're not doing this right. And he said, and he came at me with the compass.
No way.
And he jabbed into my leg.
No way.
Clear as
Did he
day.
break the skin?
Yeah, he went through the pants, and
my God.
and it tore like a hole in my pants.
Come on.
And he drew blood, and I
Boy.
screamed, and I was like, oh, and what the hell? And I like it was like we're doing a scene in a movie, and I was in
Jesus.
character, and then I decided to break character. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
And I started swearing, and
Sure.
and he goes, and he went into his robot, and he's like, I'm sorry, Mr. DeMaria, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And it
my
was-
God.
But I started swearing. I'm like, what the fuck is going? What the hell? Ow! Oh God! Oh, I'm bleeding! Oh. But I remember
Stab
it was
me,
like
you
this-
crazy robot.
And it was like
Shut down, shut down.
It was kind of like the scene we were just talking about, where he was asking him, did you say anything, or, so she has a zest for life. We don't need word of this getting out. And he's like, oh, don't worry
Right.
about. I had that. It was like that uncomfortable thing, like he's trying to see if I'm going to go to the dean.
Oh, right.
And I
Right.
remember I said, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. Because I had my pants had a little hole in it, and I left. But I could have. I should have.
crazy.
Should have went there and said, what the hell's guy's crazy over there? He's got the shakes.
That's
Came at
nuts.
me with a compass. There.
I'm not amazed. I've heard a lot of stories of, Catholic school administrators going berserk
Yeah.
and just,
You get the,
not
40
having
whacks.
Jesus in their hearts as much as you'd like them to.
Right.
No, there was some hitting. There was a lot of hitting that went on in that school. Not a lot.
Really?
But, I mean, it was like three incidents. I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
Did you get the paddle?
No.
You didn't
No.
get the paddle?
No.
Did the penguin get you with the...
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it because some of our listeners maybe went to school. The same,
Oh.
some of our listeners might be from my school. And I think we all had a different interpretation of the school.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to upset
fine.
anybody to think I didn't have a great time at that school. Like everybody else seemed to have a great time.
It's
And if
clear
I
you
was-
had an awesome time.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
well, if that
And
stuff
if I
happened, then it
speak-
happened, though.
But I'm saying if I speak ill of what happened, or if I say, "Oh, it's a school that builds men," and I'm a man, so it had to have worked, right?
Must have worked.
Mm-hmm.
We build men here, and
The proof is in the pudding.
I left and I let my hair grow long, so it didn't work on me.
Right. You had your 36-hole Doc Martens after that.
I went right to the
You
I
showed
grew
him
my
what's
hair
what.
out and said, "Yeah."
You got
I'll show
electrocuted
you.
on the ninth hole.
Well, there you needed. You're in the middle of a question. Go ahead. What's the next trivia question?
Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. Maggie. What does Maggie bring to the pool? And the options are umbrella,
No,
cassette player, book, beach ball.
that's a book.
I think it's a. You know what's funny? I can picture her with all those things. I'm just inserting it into my
There's
memory
no
now.
beach ball.
Right,
It's
right.
either,
No ball,
It's either the book or the cassette player.
cassette player, or the book. Yeah,
I'm leaning towards book.
I'll go with the cassette player.
The answer is cassette player.
Oh,
I don't remember that at all. But that's what it
piece
says.
of modern technology.
Yeah.
A Walkman.
It was sucked when you had to bring your records to the pool. You know,
Yeah.
Great
Hold still,
track.
everybody.
put those on.
And
Nobody
that's
move.
trivia.
Oh,
Yeah, that's trivia.
I love it. That signals the end of trivia.
And there's
Yeah.
Tom putting everything away responsibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the
Here,
package.
box.
Hold still. This isn't going to hurt.
Keep it there.
That's a good girl. That's
Wow,
a good
Mike,
box.
it's like you went to the Catholic school in the 40s or some. It's crazy. I didn't even know.
I think that's
Me?
it's the only option you had. No matter when you went in the 40s.
I went to college. I went to high school.
You talking to me?
Same time as Mike.
Yeah.
Only about a mile down the road, Mike.
Not even a mile, because it was just down.
Not
Country
even a
Day was
mile.
just down. Yeah.
It was in. You know how they have like a jewelry district in Manhattan and the textiles.
Yeah.
This was a prep school asshole
prep,
district.
This is,
Oh, boy.
prep. This is Prep Avenue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's prep row.
Prep Way.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Dan took it to his school. You had to wear the blazer with the crest.
yeah, the
did.
blazer. Right. We were not religiously. We were not.
No.
Our only religion was big
Kicking
business and
Yeah.
right,
Screwing the little guy.
right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was in
and then they
Catholic
had-
school for like 2 years, for like
and then
first
they
and
had-
second grade, and everybody
Oh,
was
is
an
that
asshole.
right?
Yeah.
But then they had but you're talking about Dan's prep row. Then we had the mother of all prep schools, which was Cranbrook. Which was
Yeah,
at the-
that was
which-
even
which was at the-
untouchable by our standards.
Yeah, they looked down upon us as if there was,
Yeah.
we
We were like Oliver Twist compared to them over there. Please,
yeah,
sir.
they lived on campus over there.
Yeah.
And it was tucked
Because-
away in this. I mean, my house was not too. Was like just down the street from that. But you pull up and it was like going into a different world.
Yeah.
It was like this
Like
most
you're-
beautiful campus.
You're suddenly in Cambridge, England.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it was amazing.
I mean, these fuckers had a planetarium.
They had a
'cause you'd go-
planetarium. They had beautiful artwork and like
they had,
sculpture gardens.
Yeah, when Hitler was kicking up his heels in the 30s, all the Bauhaus artists came to Cranbrook. You can look it up. All the from Germany, they fled Germany and they came here and they tucked them away in Cranbrook.
Right.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yep,
Do
You
it.
can look it up.
Do
We'll
it.
Post that.
I got homework now? Come
Yeah.
on.
This is how they look down upon us, Dan. Is our schools, our shitty prep schools, would take field trips to Cranbrook to use their fucking planetarium. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I would go there for fun on weekends.
No, I know. We'd go there and watch the Led Zeppelin laser show.
They had the Led Zeppelin
Planetarium.
laser show, and I might have partaken in a couple of inebriating substances and or liquids and gone to that thing.
Yeah.
But I might not. have.
Booey, ba 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 booey, ba 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 booey, ba 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 booey.
That would go. Yeah, before you go see that,
the ice and snow.
you'd siphon a little gas out of somebody's gas tank. Get a little
Puff a
loopy.
little gas, go over there, go sniff a little glue.
No, you get one of those clear tubes and just suck some gas out of somebody's tank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were the days.
Just like the wolf in the cartoons.
And they had the nice reclining. They had the nice reclining chairs in the planetarium. So every
Yeah.
chair would go back and
It was great.
they They had a gift shop. They had they had a really nice museum there, and you'd go over there, and then you'd go buy your fake gold, your pyrite in the gift shop.
Yep.
That was the untouchable one.
Mitt Romney went there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. When he was running for president, remember when they tried to? They used the story of him holding down some kid with long hair and cutting his hair.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because he used a bunch of homophobic slurs when he was cutting the kid's hair, or at least that's what the story said.
Right.
But that was at Cranbrook. That was at.
I mean, far be it from me to perpetuate a stereotype, but I don't see how the guy who's doing the hair cutting could call another guy a homophobic slur. I'm sure somebody's probably pointed that out.
Right. All right.
But that's just a stereotype, so of course I would never.
I'm just politely chuckling right now.
I would take that Mitt Romney. Now looking back, I'd love to have Mitt Romney as president right now.
Oh, that'd be great.
That tells you how
firm hand on the wheel.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Nice even keeled temperament.
Yeah, I'd rather be held down and have my hair cut right now than be dealing with this shit.
Right. Yeah. I admit I'm getting a little shaggy.
Right.
Yeah. You know what?
I had this coming.
Oh, you're my president. Go ahead.
Yes,
executive order. Everybody's got to cut their hair.
Okay.
Otherwise, okay, sure, no problem.
Why not?
Just don't go dropping bombs and threatening nuclear countries.
Yeah.
I'm on the West Coast here, guys.
Yeah.
It's not good. I don't like the thought of it.
Oh yeah, you're within reach.
Yeah.
Just
don't speak of it.
No.
Just
keep talking so you know you're still there.
Right.
What movie is that? Oh, that's War Games. Okay, son, just take a break here. You take it easy, son. Just keep talking so we know you're okay.
Right. That's a good movie. That's an unsung movie.
That's okay.
We're going to talk about that movie more.
That's a good movie. Yeah, I like that
That's
one.
That's okay.
Great. Stop it.
Joshua.
That's Gallagher.
Joshua.
The only winning move
is not to play.
To elect a complete moron. How's that sound?
That is one moral computer.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We've all learned a lesson from this computer.
So
all right. Well, have we learned enough lessons from this minute of Caddyshack?
You know how I know you're tired? Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
And you're 2 hours ahead of me.
Night. Yeah.
I'm still happy we had a chance to hang out at the bar.
That was fun.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We hung out at the bar, guys. And this is the
first
first time that Mike...
parts of that?
And I knew it. I predicted it. It took me coming out there to get you guys to hang out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you'll not see each other again until I do it again.
No, we will. We'll do something soon.
No, you won't.
We might even do we might even go see Caddyshack at the thing, at the music.
You guys got to do that theater thing, and you got to put a...
Yeah, but we got to do something normal, too, together.
Outside of the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, we're not friends. We're just co-workers.
Yeah, that's true.
Put some words.
We'll do something to end the show.
Yeah. There's only one thing worse than an awkward coworker relationship. It's an awkward coworker relationship in a job that doesn't pay you anything.
Right. That you're just doing because you think you have to.
Right.
Because it's a perpetual motion machine.
Right.
All right, Tom,
you're doing
play
it
us out now.
even though you don't want to do it, and you don't like it at all, and you're pissed about it every single week, and that you hate
Tom,
doing it.
Write it and do it live. Play us out.
I'm going to write it. We'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can hear the music. The music is here to play us out. Johnny Mandel is playing us out.
It's a cut from his new album. Play us
off
out
his new
to end the
album.
show.
To end the show.
Take it away.
I've never even seen that. There's no words on it.
Fucking thing sucks.
Fucking thing sucks. Fucking Caddyshack sucks. Caddyshack minute sucks. You all suck.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Breathing
Can't
through my
do
nose.
it.
Gonna rip off my jacket in 3, 2, 1, and
Play us
that's
out.
it for the Caddyshack minute. Here's Johnny Mandel to play us out. Take it away.
Cut from his new album.
Fucking thing sucks.
Hey, you scratched my ankle.